Active shooter and intentional mass casualty events occur with increasing frequency and can take place anywhere. Schools, houses of worship, businesses, and public places are all possible locations. Immediate responders are present within the scene and include coworkers, teachers, students, or any bystander. First responders, such as police, fire, EMS, or private security personnel, respond to these events from outside the scene by following the threat protocol, that is, threat suppression, hemorrhage control, rapid extrication, assessment, and treatment. Both immediate and first responders have the potential to save lives. This scenario began with an explosion and a shooting in a school. The assailant uses an improvised explosive device as both a distraction and to inflict more casualties. A semi-automatic handgun at close range causes additional penetrating injuries. The event is immediately recognized and called in to the 911 communications center. The first response is by local police. Officers rapidly enter the building and move into the unsafe hot zone. They look for and identify hazards. In this event, two separate hazards are identified: an undetonated explosive device and an active shooter. The police officers enter the hot or danger zone and suppress the shooter. This is the T in threat suppression. The police officer or first responder identifies 3 victims and the injured active shooter. All have active bleeding. Controlling bleeding, or hemorrhage, represents the H in threat, hemorrhage control. Immediate responders, such as uninjured bystanders, can help control bleeding in the injured using their hands. The officer enlists the injured girl to use her own hands to stop bleeding on her leg. He then uses a hemostatic dressing to definitively control the bleeding. Another victim's leg has been amputated by the explosion and is actively bleeding. Another officer or first responder uses a tourniquet to control this bleeding. The first responder then removes the injured girl from the hot zone to be fully assessed. This is rapid extrication, the RE in threat. Once removed from the hot zone, the victims are assessed by emergency medical personnel and taken by ambulance to the hospital, where a team of trauma professionals continues their care. This is the AT in threat, assessment and treatment. These actions by immediate and first responders will increase survival from active shooter and intentional mass casualty events.